Ha 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 ha. Hi, good evening. Oh boy. I need to catch my breath for a second. No real reason why, I'm just... Yeah, why the fuck am I winded? Climbing up and down the stairs at top speed is gonna do that to me, isn't it? Oh, fuck a duck. That's fine. It's all good. Ah... Brutal Orchestra. How long have I streamed this game? Roughly like 200 hours, I think. Something like that? How much? Okay, not exactly 200 hours, but it is 138 hours. I've streamed 138 hours of Brutal Orchestra. And while yes, I have fully enjoyed my time with it, it's honestly still pretty high on the list of my favorite games. I think it's time we put it to rest. Play other games as well. There's a lot of games out there. Can't just stick to the one. It's been fun. I cannot argue with that. And so, for the last stream, I'm just going with the base roster. No weird gimmicks, no extra items, no extra enemies. Just vanilla as it gets. Which is, pretty vanilla. I mean, the multiple character menu selection is there because I didn't remove it because it's not gonna change anything. Special slap display is just for custom fools, and I didn't remove it because I didn't want to have to insert it yet again. And this is just to skip Osmond's monologue, which after you've seen it and heard it like 5 times, you kind of already get it. You don't need to watch it all over again. So why not get started? Well, this is definitely a start. Oh yeah, definitely a start. Actually, it's very nice that that Boyle doesn't have his... Oh, what's it called? The move that hits 2 different targets, because that would require an extra yellow pigment, and... Well, between Arnold and Nowak, we already kinda used up all of it. Can't really spend any more. Huh. Simple as it can get. I don't know how I never noticed that Arnold has more starting health than Nowak. But I thought that all of his stats were kinda low. I mean, I am thankful that it's not as low as, like, for example, Hans or Thype, but still, interesting. isn't Fennec. Left and right, and poisonous quills. I like that Fennec politely asks if it can come with us. He's a nice guy. Howdy. I basically just started the run, only this is like the second fight. And I'm doing just a vanilla run of the Orchestra. Kinda relaxed for a final stream. Everything's going pretty nice, I think. Only a little bit tired, feel like I didn't do much, but I actually did do a lot. I vacuumed the entire fucking house. Yeah, hopefully it goes well. I don't see how it could go wrong. Now we're in this subject, I'm starting to imagine ways that could possibly go wrong, like for example my power cuts out, or the internet starts becoming shitty, or my PC blows up. There's a lot of ways where the stream doesn't go well. Well, the fools could blow up. Maybe there was a secret patch that implemented the ability for everybody to spontaneously combust. It's a possibility. Or maybe I get too cocky with the demon core, and everybody just dies of acute poisoning. I mean, so far it's never happened. Every time I actually used the demon core, it went well. I want to see how it could ever go wrong. Let's hope you're not doing Heartbreaker, or else this is gonna be bad. Alright. Making breakfast at 6 p.m. That is so far away from normal breakfast territory. Did you just wake up? I mean, I can't argue. Breakfast food is awesome. Best meal of the day and everything. So why are you making breakfast? Or maybe you're preparing for tomorrow's breakfast in advance. Spoons are missing, don't want to make burgers or fries, so I just made breakfast. Especially since I didn't eat any today. How can your spoons go missing? What happened to them? How did you lose a bunch of spoons? Also, yes, please go eat. I would be fucking famished in your position. Ghosts eat them. Since when do ghosts eat metal? I could imagine ghosts corroding metal, but just eating it? Sorry, I'm just befuddled. How? As I moved to this house. Ah. God, a household without spoons. It's nearly as bad as a household without toolbox. Every house needs a toolbox. Every house needs a hammer, a couple of screwdrivers, and at least a monkey wrench. That's like your essentials for fixing shit that's broken. Eggs, bacon, butter, biscuits. Oh. I mean, that's essentially a solid meal in itself. Keep forgetting American breakfasts include eggs and bacon. Or stuff like that. Whenever somebody says breakfast, I imagine like cereal, chocolate milk, or toast with jam or cream cheese, stuff like that. Lactose intolerant. Fair. That definitely rules out a large number of those. And I guess toast and jam isn't really that interesting. Fruit juice? Fruit? Do people actually eat fruit as breakfast? Or that's just something that they tell people that they should do. But nobody really goes through it. You only have oranges and I'm rationing those. God, I wish I could actually give you some oranges. My orange tree is still kind of full of them. I'm eating oranges like every other day. Not complaining, mind you. I'm fucking love these oranges. Speaking of oranges are good for colds, I think. And speaking of colds, I got over my cold. Honestly feel much better, thankfully. I feel so much better that I actually vacuumed the entire fucking house. Good to have energy again. I'm just gonna... Yeah, that's enough blue pigment. Wish I could grow the fruit trees I want. Fruit trees are good. Fruit trees are honestly some of the best things we have around here. We have an orange tree and a kumquat tree. And my mother loves making jam out of those too. Man, only 2 turns of preparation and Arnold's already healing more than most. Forgot how good he is. What other trees would you... What other fruit trees would you have in mind? Those are trees I want to grow either can't grow in the US naturally or can't grow in my yard because the trees that's already here are bitches and hate any other trees. Never actually heard somebody refer to other trees as bitches. That's a new one. That's interesting. And cutting down and uprooting them is not an option? I say that, and I do remember the fucking trouble it took us to cut down and uproot the whole fucking tree, so... Filled with trees and it's expensive. Em, how many trees do you have? And also, yes, it is. I do remember it's also expensive. I mean, the way we had to do it, we had to hire somebody, and that somebody was slowly cutting it in slices from the top. Like chop, 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 chop. A bunch of logs. Bunch of sliced logs. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Fennec has bone spurs. I really should remember that. Most of the trees in my yard are around 30 to 40 feet tall. I didn't use feet. correct, so... Well... Alright, roughly 10 meters tall. That is... Good lord, that is tall as hell. That is pretty decently tall. That's, a little bit more than 5 regularly sized human beings stacked on top of each other. More than a few dozen trees. Not a few dozen trees. Holy moly, how big is your yard? How do you fit so many trees? Like, you know there used to be 3 trees... Okay, technically 4, but whatever. 3 trees in our backyard and... Well, that did occupy a sizable amount of space, though. Still, that sounds like an impressive amount of trees. And chopping them manually by yourself is... most definitely a very stupid idea. They're very thick trees, like a third of a meter wide. Okay, yeah, that's definitely thinner. Thin-ish. You know, that's definitely thin. What kind of trees are so thin and yet tall like that? And I'm also guessing they're like similar species. Otherwise, otherwise they would fucking hate each other too much. Another species? Honestly, neither would I. Neither of us are arborists, it seems. Alright, sure, that works for me. I completely forgot what I was thinking of. Are there any, actual fruit trees that could grow in the US? That you're interested in? Do I care for any of these guys? Not really. Well... I might have to, like, hire Thipe if I'm going against this twat. Or what I've gotten is that they are pine trees. After some looking, they might be white pines. Pine trees. Ah. Oh god, yeah. Meow 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 da 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 da. Ecology, foods, medicine, Americas, animation, cultivars, water filtration, symbolism, yada yada. From what I remember about pine trees is that they can be extraordinarily territorial, yes. There's a couple of species of pine trees in the south of the country that are extraordinarily annoying. That are slowly taking the space of way too many of the... taking the space of way too many other tree species. And I think the bristles of them are kind of caustic. Fucks up the pH of the soil, making it hard for new plants to grow in my yard. That's it, yeah. The same happens in forests in the south of the country here. It fucks up with the soil. They're extraordinarily territorial for trees, if that's even a correct term to use for trees. They're also kind of a plague. Because they fuck up the ecosystem. A lot of plants are territorial. know why I thought territorial was mostly used for animals and not applicable to plants too. Most of these plants just don't become trees because it's a lot easier to be territorial while small. They just keep growing everywhere around the area. I don't know if it's used for plants, just use it because I don't know if there's any other word. I mean, if it fits, might as well. English language is already fucking stupid as it is. I'm doing 4 damage a turn. This is ridiculous. Okay, how about this? Use a bunch of red pigment, have 5 heal the extra damage. Get something going. God, I hate fighting this guy. So even if you got rid of the pine trees themselves, it would take a long-ass time for the soil to recover. Oh wow. Triple benefit.